In this episode of FTB Skies, it's finally happening. We're going to the moon.
Oh, baby! This is it! This is what we signed up for!
Which means we need to get everything we need, cram it into this tiny rocket, and hope for the best. And between episodes, clever Beardstone has found these clipboards, which are a much easier way of me keeping track of what I need to do. And this is essentially just our order of events, I guess. We do need to convert oil to fuel, and then we just need to basically pack. But it turns out these clipboards can also be used like name tags to actually name things on these signs, which, yeah, kind of wish I knew that 6 episodes ago. But last episode, we did manage to sort out our oil supply, which is coming from this island we built. So where the actual oil's coming from is anybody's guess, really, to be honest. And I've been AFK a little bit, which has collected us all this oil, which is way more than we need. There's 720 buckets there, and I think we need 3 to get to the moon. But it's not actually oil we need rocket fuel. The question is, how do we make it? I think we need a fuel refinery and a fuel loader. Let's have a little look at this quest line. So it looks like this should be fairly straightforward. I literally just need to make myself one of these, and that's quite possibly the simplest recipe I've seen in a long time. And there we go, we have our fuel refinery. I just need to figure out where we want to put this, because what we need to do, of course, is to pump the oil in from this tank over here, put it into the refinery, and then make a tank of fuel. So I do wonder if it should probably just go around here somewhere. I think the best thing for me to do might be to add just a couple more storage tanks here in front of this one and use those for the fuel, and we can just convert it underground, because it literally just needs to go through this thing. So yeah, it doesn't need a lot of space, and I don't think there's any need to overcomplicate things here. So let's quickly get a couple of tanks down, and we'll just bury the refinery underground, I think. Got the tanks in, now let's just sort out the piping, shall we? And for that, we just need to get power to this cog here. For some reason, the create pipes won't actually transport this, so I'm going to be using these fluid pipes instead. These seem to work. Yep, there we go. The fuel is going into the tanks. Weird that doesn't work. But that's now doing its thing. We're pulling the oil out, we're converting it to fuel and pumping it back into the tanks at the top. Now let's see if we can figure out how to use this fuel loader. I seem to be able to pump the fuel out of the tanks and into the fuel loader just fine. The question is that doing what it's supposed to do and filling up my rocket? It is! Look at that! So this will automatically fill up the rocket that it's next to. So we've done the first 2 steps. That's beautiful. Now we need to fill our spacesuit with oxygen. Let's go grab it. So if we put our spacesuit in here, that should fill up just nicely. That was nice and quick. Look at that. Beautiful. Even works with the hat. So that's done. Now we need to fill some oxygen tanks, just so we've got backup oxygen. And I have no idea how many of these we're going to need, so we're just going to do lots. And I think it'll be wise to store a few of these in here. So we've filled the oxygen tanks and we've packed them. Now we need to pack a launch pad and some return fuel. So we'll also put the launch pad in our rocket, and for the return fuel, we're going to need to take buckets. So I think we need one of those create sort of dripper things. You know what I mean. It's a spout if I crouch click that, and we should just be able to connect that up to this pipe here. Just like that. Excellent. And we need 3 buckets of fuel, so if we just put that there, that should fill up. And we'll get those on our rocket ship as well. Look at that. So we've packed that. Now we just need these other bits here. We've got additional oxygen already. We've got water already. We need to sort out some tools. We need to take glowstone, because of course there's no oxygen on the moon, so we can't use torches. And we need to make sure we've got a good batch of food. But that's all boring stuff, so I'll bring you back when we're ready for launch. Oh, this is going to be fun. Well, I've made myself some very epic tools. Look at that. I don't even know what half of these things are, but most importantly, they've all got very good efficiency and unbreaking, so that should be good. And I've upgraded them to netherite, but I've just discovered I can actually enchant my space stuff. So I'm just going to see what we get on here, I guess. Well, we got some okay enchants, I guess. I don't really know what most of these things do. Increases my step height. That could be handy on the moon. And we've got feather falling as well. Although I'm assuming there's going to be different gravity. I mean, are we really going to need feather falling? Who knows? But I think the last thing for me to do now is to charge up my jetpacks and make sure they're good to go. We've actually got 2, so we're going to take both. And then we can launch our rocket and go to the moon. And I'm very, very excited about this. And it looks like our other jetpack is actually an armored one, which is nice. Although I have a feeling if we try to wear a jetpack in space, we might die. But we'll take them anyway, you never know. Removing the spacesuit to put on a jetpack might not be the wisest thing. Final checks. So we've got our tools done. Oh, I haven't actually gone and got the glowstone and the food yet. That could have been a disaster. So where were we? Food and glowstone. Oh, no, I took my jetpack off. I've got my glowstone, I've got my food, so that means we have done our checklist, and the moon is just coming up now, so I think we are finally ready to launch. Let's do this. Well, I'm in my spaceship. Look at that. Brilliant. Question is, how do I go to the moon? Oh, I press spacebar. Oh, we're going. Oh, how cool is this? We're launching! Woo, we're off! Oh my god, look at that! How cool is that? We're actually flying to the moon. Oh, this is amazing. It's all been worth it. See you later, Island Kingdom. How long does this take? Oh, there's like a little progress bar on the left. What's happening there? Oh, hello. Okay, we're in the solar system. What's this? Look at all these places we can go. Obviously not at the moment, but in future, that is very cool. So we can go to the sky's end, but I don't think we want to go to the end yet. So do we have a look at Earth? And then from here, okay, so we can orbit. We can make a space station. Ooh, that's cool. But I think we want to go to the moon. Okay, I appear to be falling out of the sky. Warning. Why is there a warning? This is cool. Got my own little moon lander. Very awesome. Whoa! I see. So I had a quick look into it, and it turns out you're supposed to hold spacebar as you come into land so that you don't explode on impact, which actually kind of makes sense when you think about it. It's okay though, luckily we have some backup rockets, although I don't think I have any backup spacesuits, so we might need to make a new one of them. No one was ever successful on their first attempt at launching a rocket. So let's grab this, place a fresh rocket down, okay. So let's load up some fresh oxygen and a launch pad, and we'll get some extra fuel as well, just in case our other rocket has actually blown up. I mean, it didn't look great, let's be honest. I may have forgotten again that I didn't have a jetpack on. Right, I think we're ready to give this another go. Live and learn. So let's jump in here. And we're getting ready to launch. Fancy shaders and all this time. And off we go. Let's try this again. Whoa, it's shaking loads. Whoa, we didn't come inside last time. Easy on the landing. Easy. Oh, there's stuff on the moon. There's people on the moon. What? Who are they? Hey, I think we're landed. There should be ground there, but obviously for some reason there's not. We don't need to go into white. Woo, look at this. We're floating. Awesome. Right, so can we get our tombstone unbreakable? How do I open that? And look at this, our first sunrise from the moon. That looks well cool. It looks like there is some stuff to go check out as well. Okay, so in here we do have our rocket and all of our bits and bobs. This is good. So I guess the first question is, what are you? Okay, he's not friendly. Corrupted Lunarian. He's dropping some ice shards. Are these all corrupted? Seems so. But I want to get in my grave. How do I get in my grave? Aha, I got it. I just had to squat on top of it. Excellent. I was getting a bit panicky there. So let's do a quick bit of exploring, shall we? I'm liking the low gravity. Oh, there's a cave here. Should we have a look? So what have we got? We've got moonstone. Oh, we've got another one of these nasty boys. Come here, you. So we're looking for an ore called Desh. That's the main thing we want from this, isn't it? Moon sand, moonstone. Let's just go deeper into the cave and see what we find. Well, I've done some fairly major excavations down here and not found any Desh, so we're obviously missing something. Oh, look at that, look, we can see the Earth. Of course, that kind of makes sense, but that looks very cool. Question is, where do I find Desh? Should we go see what that thing over there is? Oh, there's another structure over there as well. Actually, civilization on the moon? Ooh, it looks like some kind of a base. Let's have a look. Axe at the ready. Is this... Oh, they're friendly. We have... Lunarian librarians. Reflective defenses. Cheese, don't mind if I do. There's one Desh ingot. Better than none, I suppose. This clearly isn't where we need to be, though. Let's go check out the other one. So it looks like more villagers, or Lunarians, I suppose they are here. Loads more Desh ingots, but this clearly isn't the way we're supposed to be getting them. This looks suspicious, so we're going to explore this a little bit. Okay, we seem to have some underground network of tunnels. Look at this. This is what we want. We want the moon Desh ore. Oh my days, it's all kicking off in there. What is this thing? Well, you know what they say, third time's the charm. So that's the hole we died down. Let's see if we can retrieve our stuff. Jeez. Well, we got our stuff back. That was easy enough. Question is, do we carry on exploring? This place was dangerous. Ooh, what's this? Moon globe. I'll take that. I've returned from the depths and we've managed to get 136 raw dash in total from a combination of mining and looting these bits up here. But I think we're pretty much at the end here and we're going to start running out of oxygen soon as well. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to head back to Earth and then we're going to see if we can work out a better way of getting dash. I wonder if we can automate it somehow now that we're actually on the moon. So long, moon! I'm very confused as to what's going on here. Why has it brought me back to the boat? The good news is I did pack my jetpack, so I guess we'll land here and see if we can find a way to get home. Can we go through the portal again? What happens if we go through here? Okay, we're just back on our island. This is good. This is good. Well, that was quite the adventure, but I'm glad to be home where it's a bit safer. So I guess I need to sort out my backpack because it's an absolute mess, and then I'm going to figure out what we can do to actually automate getting dash, if it's even possible. I've sorted out the mess that was my inventory, and I've done a little bit of research. It turns out we can, in fact, automate dash. We just need some more of the laser drills that we're using over here for the oil. Problem is, they consume a whole bunch of power to actually be effective, which means we're going to need to come up with some kind of a power source on the moon as well. But before we start making everything we need to essentially build a small base on the moon, we've got something very, very important we need to do. And that is, of course, to make a moon rover. And thanks to all the dash we've already got from the moon, we should be able to make everything we need for this. That's the hope anyway. But now we should have everything we need to make ourselves a moon rover. Yes! And if we put this here, it should fuel up. Oh my days, look at the size of that thing. That is cool. And yep, it's fully fueled up. It's got loads of inventory space as well. Oh, this is awesome. Can I pick it up as well? Yes. And is that going to keep its fuel? It does. Okay. Next test, does it keep its inventory when I pick it up? And let's put it back down again. It does. Amazing. Cool. Well, in that case, I'm going to dump a whole bunch of fuel and some oxygen tanks on it. I think that's going to come in very handy for us on the moon. All right, so now we need to build a base on the moon, mainly for these things here. So we need to build an ore laser base. We need to build a whole bunch of drills, and we're going to be powering these with some solar panels. And the problem with that is it takes quite a lot of dash to make each panel. So I guess we're going to be running fairly slow initially, because we can't exactly use the water wheel on the moon because, well, the water's just going to freeze. We can't use windmills because there is no wind. I mean, I could just take a fuel generator, but the problem is that's eventually going to run out, so that's not really ideal either. We could make a bunch of energy batteries and maybe take them with us just so we can at least get a boost at the start and then just kind of use solar panels as a backup. That might be a better option. But for that, we need mineral. What is mineral? Where do we get this from? Right, okay, so if we get a mineral sapling, we can do it. And, oh, okay, yep, we can do that. That's not a problem. So I've got a massive list of things I need to make. So I guess I'm just going to run around the base for a little while. I'm going to make everything we need. And hopefully, once I'm done, we can actually just go back to the moon, build ourselves a little base, and get all the dash we could possibly want. We might build a space station as well. I still want to know what that is. I think we're almost ready with just about everything we need. However, I'm just waiting for the battery to charge up. We've actually upgraded this. It holds 2 million power at the moment, and I'm hoping that we can upgrade that a couple more times before we go, because I do want to take as much power as possible with me, but creating these mineral chunks is very, very slow. And sadly, I don't have the fertilizer to make it go quicker. I think we're finally good to go. Let's just put some oxygen in my spacesuit. Look at that. Excellent. So we should have everything we need. I think the first thing we're going to do is obviously head off to the moon, but hopefully we're going to be able to build a space station. At least that's the hope. I love this every time. It never gets old. Off we go. So hopefully... Oh no, we haven't got steel ingots. Dang it. I've got them in my backpack, not on my person. That's annoying. Oh well, not to worry. We can do it on the return trip. So it looks like we can actually build on the surface anyway. So this is good. I'm just going to build myself a quick little dome, I think. And that's going to be our little house on the moon for now. And I forgot to pick up the battery that I was charging. What a fool. Not a problem though. We can work around it on this visit then. I guess we're just going to be building our habitat and making sure it's got a supply of oxygen. Well, it's not big, but it's home, so now we need to sort out our oxygen distribution. For that, we need this, this, and this. So let's put that down on the floor, put the water pump on top, and the distributor on top of that. And now we just need to give it some power. And I think for that, we're going to use our solar panels and some of these cables. And hopefully this will do the job. I've not used these before, but we'll see. So solar panel down there. And then hopefully once we get some sun, that'll actually start working. Well, the sun's up. The distributor is distributing, which in theory means I can breathe in here. It doesn't appear to be depleting my spacesuit oxygen anymore, which is marvellous. However, as you can see from the power here, we're not quite getting enough power to this thing. So, I think the only sensible thing to do is to get down a bunch more solar panels. Right, hopefully that'll be enough. And look at that, we've got loads of power going into that. Excellent stuff. So that was step 1. Step 2 is to set up our laser drill. And to be honest, I think I'm just going to put that in the floor right here. There we go. So everything is now linked up. And this is where I'll be putting the battery. I don't know why I've got 5 pipes here. I only need the 1. So I'm going to put the battery here, and that's going to power everything. I don't really want to link it up to the solar panels here because, well, I kind of want to make sure I've always got oxygen. If I'm honest, I don't want to risk draining the power out there and then dying. It just doesn't seem like something that's going to work out, you know? Although something else I do want to do here is actually attach a battery so that, well, it can charge up during the day and then can still be used during the night. Because obviously during the night, we're not going to be producing any power, which means I fully expect this thing through here is probably going to stop working. Well, it seems to be holding up so far. I wonder if it's just got loads stored around the back. So it has occurred to me there's something else I've forgotten, and that is the laser lens. I need to put orange laser lenses in there, and that's what's actually going to produce the dash for us. So I think we might be due a quick trip home because I need to get a bed as well. Basically, my checklist wasn't as thorough as I thought it was. But I think this time I have everything I need in my inventory to actually make the space station. So I guess we'll find out what that is first. Oh, I accidentally clicked on the moon again. I did not click space station. Dang it. And then I got out of my moon lander. This may not end well. So, because I got out of the moon lander, it didn't land so much as, well, I assume it exploded. And the problem with that is that my rocket was also on the moon lander. So, we're kind of stranded on the moon. Well, I guess there's only one thing for it, really. Come on, then. Oh, this is what happens if you go outside without a spacesuit. Okay, so it turns out I still had a bed in the dungeon, so we're gonna die all over again. This is not going the way I'd hoped, if I'm honest. Dying in the cold depths of space was not on my to-do list. Right, well, that was all rather unfortunate. Let's see if we can sort ourselves out. Jeez. At least we get to keep our bag when we die. Right, I think we're good to do this again. I've got my battery. I've got loads of the laser lenses. I've got my bed. I think we're good to go. And hopefully we can actually build the space station on the way this time as well. Right, so this time we want to go to the moon and build a space station. Is that going to work? Seems to be. I have no idea what we're going to be landing on. Oh, hello, look at that. Let's go have a look around the space station. Well, it's basically just a room, it would seem. Yep, just seems to be a room, and there's no oxygen in here either, so we're going to have to put in some kind of oxygen circulation system, a bit like we have on the moon, I guess. And this looks like the launch point for getting back out, so, I mean, good that it works, good that we know it exists, and I'm glad I've got a launch pad with me. So let's put that there, let's put our rocket down, and then let's head to the actual moon's surface. I suppose at least now we know what the space station is. Although, if I'm honest, I have no idea what the space station actually is for. We just know what it is. We know it exists. Right, let's collect our stuff, and now, hopefully, we should be able to put the battery down and start producing things. Let's put the lenses in. I don't know why I made 6. It's because there's 6 slots, okay? I don't know if that actually does anything or not, but hey, it's fine. So we need to put this down to Y80 at the most, but let's go a little bit deeper. And hopefully that should start producing some stuff for us. Power's a little bit limited, isn't it? Well, after a bit of faffing around, I've actually got it working now. We only actually needed 4 of these laser drills, and we are getting dash as well as copper, apparently. But it turns out these cables here do not play particularly nicely with the battery, so I've had to use the other energy cables. Not a problem, it's just that's why it wasn't working at first. And it is eating up that power quite quickly, so yeah, once we get a decent amount of dash, I guess we're going to have to make a massive solar array. And I think what I might do is actually bring up a couple of generators as well, just coal generators or something like that, because we've got lots of stuff we can burn, and then it means we can get some energy in a hurry. So far we've used about 15 to 20% of the power, and we've got 1 piece of dash. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need to come up with a better power solution for up here. So while this does its thing, I guess it's only fair that we take the little moon rover out for a spin. Oh, amazing, look at this. Oh, this is cool. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh.